American and shows it by the shirts and the shorts he wears. But on Cinco de Mayo at Live Oak High School in Morgan Hill, his patriotic clothes got him into trouble.
They said we could wear it on any other day, but today is sensitive to Mexican Americans because it's supposed to be their holiday, so we weren't allowed to wear it today.
Gally and 4 of his friends who were wearing similar red, white, and blue colors found themselves in the principal's office.
They said if we tried to go back to class with our shirts not taken off, they said it was defiance and we'd get suspended.
They say they had no choice but to leave school and go home. They're angry they were not allowed to express their American pride. The boys' parents call what happened to their children total nonsense.
I think it's absolutely ridiculous. All they were doing was displaying, their patriotic nature. They're expressing their individuality. I don't see what the big deal is.
But to many Mexican-American students on campus, it is a big deal, saying they were offended by classmates wearing American colors on a Mexican holiday.
I think they should just apologize because it is a Mexican Heritage Day and we don't deserve to get disrespected like that. We wouldn't do that on 4th of July.
But the boys and their families say there will be no apology.
I'm not going to apologize. I did nothing wrong. I went along with my normal day. Okay, I might have worn American flags, but I'm American and I'm proud to be American, so that's why I wore it. I don't feel like it's wrong at all. I'm not apologizing to anybody.
There will not be an apology. Matthew is part Hispanic. Okay? He's an American. So no, there's no apology. There will be no apology from any Dariano.
13-year-old Taryn Hathaway drew an American flag like this one, only hers with the little dots. Under the words, God bless America, were also on it. It was all part of the art class. When her teacher saw the picture, the teacher told Taryn, "You can't draw that. That's offensive." Meantime, the same teacher apparently praised the picture of President Obama drawn by another student in the class. Well, join us right now from the state of California, Taryn Hathaway, the girl who drew the American flag picture, and her mom, Tracy. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Okay, so Taryn, the teacher says, okay, let's draw anything you want. Why did you decide to do the American flag?
Because I felt like I have my freedom of speech, so I just drew whatever I wanted to, and I decided to draw the American flag.
All right, and the teacher walked by, looked over your shoulder, and they really said, that's offensive, you can't do it?
Yeah.
Why do you think they said that? What was the teacher talking about?
She just said it was offensive. She never said why it was offensive.
All right. Now, Tracy, when you heard that the teacher had walked by and said that the flag with God Bless America was offensive, and the other kid's picture with Barack Obama, oh, that's a beautiful piece of work you've done. When you heard that, what was your reaction?
I was in utter shock. I didn't understand why the one thing that brings our country together and unites us as the American flag does was offensive to somebody.
Right.
But at the same time, the president who, for whatever reason, people disagree with what he's doing, was okay with her, and it was not offensive.
Right.
And it just really, to me, didn't mesh well together.
And Tracy, the school looked into it, and the school apparently wanted the teacher to then apologize because apparently it was over the line. Has your daughter gotten the apology yet?
No, not yet.
Welcome back. A Georgia restaurant owner who proudly makes it his mission to honor those who have served our country, now facing a fight over a U.S. flag that he flies at his establishment. Darren Miller says he was cited by the city for showing his appreciation to the troops. Darren and Dean Patterson, co-owners of CJ's Hot Dogs, join us now to talk about it this morning. Darren and Dean, nice to see you this morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning.
Good morning, Clayton.
All right, Darren, first of all, take me back to why did you decide to put up these flags in the first place?
Well, actually, I'm a ex-firefighter for DeKalb County, and my partner here is actually a Henry County police officer. And there's just not a whole lot of places out there honoring our men and women that serve, but whether it's police, fire, or military. So that's the way we wanted to decorate our restaurant.
Yeah.
And that's how it's been ever since day one.
So you put up these flags to honor those in your family, specifically your father who served in Vietnam, and all of the other brave men and women across this country. Dean, were you surprised to hear the response? What did you hear from the city?
Well, you know, Darren contacted me and advised me that he received citations in the mail. And when he told me it was about us flying our flags, I was just devastated. And we don't understand why we are being told we can't do that when we honor and we respect our law enforcement, fire, and military.
Right. I mean, you see all these beautiful flags up there. It's on your personal business. Darren, what did the city say to you, and what has been the response?
Well, I kind of got blindsided by it when the mailman brought me certified mail because the gentleman that wrote the tickets didn't have enough guts to show up in our restaurant and hand them to me personally. So I was actually blindsided by the whole thing. And since that's happened, you know, I just, it's not right. So that's why I contacted the news media and let's get this thing straightened out on camera. And the response has been absolutely great from our supporters. We're having people drive hours away to come support our restaurant. And the city now, where it was a violation of in the right-of-way, now they're backpedaling a little bit, saying now it's a permit issue. And I just don't think I should have to pay money to fly the American flag or support our men and women in uniform. Yeah. And I refuse to.
Absolutely right.
Stepping onto Dewey Tran's balcony in Webster, one thing is clear.
It means a lot to me.
He's talking about his American flag that he proudly put up when he moved in just a few days ago. But then an apartment manager here at the lodge on El Dorado told him he had to take it down.
What really stunned me is that she said it's a threat towards the Muslim community. I mean, I'm not a threat towards like nobody.
We tried to ask a manager if that's exactly what was said, but she just handed us a statement.
Okay, can I just ask you a couple questions?
That's it, ma'am.
We just wanted to and called an officer to escort us off the property before we could press any further. The statement reads, quote, "While the lodge on El Dorado admires our residents' patriotism, we must enforce our property rules and guidelines. Such guidelines maintain the aesthetics of our apartment community and provide for the safety of all residents. The apartment community already proudly displays our country's flag in a safe and appropriate manner at the entrances to our community."
A local bank is getting some flack for taking down an American flag. It had been hanging inside the bank for 9 months. Then a few people complained about it, calling it offensive. News 13's Cole Miller checked out the controversy.
We're in America. We're in America. And that should not happen.
A U.S. flag flies near the Wells Fargo branch in Los Lunas. The stars and stripes used to hang inside the bank too, but not anymore.
We have to stand up for what's right, and it's right to be able to display the flag.
This upset customer wished to remain anonymous
because of someone previously complaining and being offended about the flag being up, that they were asked to remove it.
A Wells Fargo spokesman says they received multiple complaints from people in other states about U.S. flags on display in their banks, so the one here had to come down as well.
I'm not really sure why someone would be offended.
And Wells Fargo wouldn't tell us why customers have been offended by the flags hanging inside.
Well, a disabled Vietnam vet shows his Marine Corps pride on his ride. And then guess what happens? He gets a letter from the Homeowners Association ordering him to remove his Marine stickers or be fined $50 a day and also get his car towed. Well, it's a total outrage story that drew heated reaction on the web and from us. So former Marine Frank Larson joins me live with his attorney Mike Burns. We've also got Art Bradford, a member of that neighborhood board, on the line as well. But Frank, let's go ahead and start with you. So you get this letter and it's signed from the Dallas Homeowners Association, the Woodlands 2 on the Creek Board of Directors, telling you about this. What was your reaction?
I was shocked.
Why were you shocked?
I never had any other notice. This letter just popped right up in the mail.
And what exactly did the letter say? I mean, did anybody come talk to you prior to getting this letter from the board of directors?
No, ma'am.
Okay, I know this is tough for you because you know what? You're a hell of a Marine and you're very proud of what you did. And that's why we wanted to do this story, Frank. So let's take a look at your car. You've got a number of U.S. Marine Corps decals on your PT Cruiser, which looks like a fun ride, by the way.
It's a HHR.
Oh, it's an HHR. Whoops, I got it wrong. I'm sorry. I got to work on my cars, Frank. All right, so we're looking at the stickers. We see cars like this all the time. So you get this letter from the board of directors and the president, Dorinda Hardy, saying unless you remove these, you're going to be fined $50 a day, and you could get your car towed. And just to read exactly what it says in that statement, it says a vehicle with painted or decal advertising of any kind is not permitted on the property at any time.
Flag will stay there, and I will ride every day.
All eyes on Cody Alicia this morning. He brought the national spotlight to the Central Valley town of Denair after he was told he couldn't ride with the American flag on his bike to school. But today, the support for Cody was evident in a very big way. KCRA3's Brian Hickey in Denair.
This is a big day for Cody Alicia.
I'm nervous. I'm definitely nervous.
The bike ride to Denair Middle School is less than a mile, one he's done alone many times, but never like this.
I'll remember all of this.
You should never, ever, ever be afraid to fly the flag in this country.
Hundreds of veterans from the American Legion Riders rolled in to escort Cody to school with his flag and a message.
America's free, and that flag represents our country, and veterans believe in our country. That's what we're all about.
He already knows it. He's proud of his country. He's carrying his flag. He's proud of his grandpa. I'm proud of him.
Citing safety concerns, Cody was told last week that he could no longer wave the flag on his bike. The decision has been reversed, but not before this story swept the nation.
This is one of those times someone made a mistake and it just got really big.
So big, district computers were overwhelmed with emails from across the country in support of a young man who simply believes what generations fought for.
There's a lot of people in my family that are veterans, and just I want to support our country.
They called him a hero, a true patriot, words that brought this young man to tears and solidified his resolve to stand for what he believes.
Flag will stay there, and I will ride every day.
Is it okay to show your patriotism at the office? One Arlington woman with a military family was stunned to find out that the answer was no after she brought an American flag to work just before Memorial Day weekend. Carol Cavazos tonight with a story you'll see only on CBS 11.
I'm totally shocked.
Debbie McLucas, a hospital supervisor, is just sick about what happened to this.
It's a 3-foot by 5-foot flag.
Debbie hung it in her office at Kindred Hospital in Mansfield.
One person was offended.
She says another supervisor, born in another country, complained it was offensive and took it down.
I mean, I was just totally speechless. I mean, it's like, you're kidding me.
Debbie's husband and sons are former military.
She told me it'd be okay.
Her daughter is serving in Iraq.
I just wonder if all those young men and women over there, I'm sorry, are really doing this for nothing.
Debbie says hospital higher-ups told her others had also complained.
I was told immediately it wouldn't matter if there was only one person. It has to come down.
As far as patriotism is concerned, Debbie said her bosses told her this should suffice: the flag outside their office. Corporate hasn't made a final decision, though. Debbie hopes the American company, chosen as Fortune's most admired, will back her patriotism.
And I find it very frightening because, you know, if I can't display my flag, what other freedoms will I lose before all is said and done?
In Mansfield, Carol Cavazos, CBS 11 News.